Hello, hello. I am Coach Cori Sartori. I empower high-achieving women to grow in their self-love, confidence, and relationships for a more fulfilling personal life. I am excited to talk to you today about self-love and share with you actions to help you love yourself. We all know that self-love is important. We've heard this for years and years. And we know that it's important, but maybe we don't know why or how to grow our self-love. So today I want to share with you why self-love is important and offer you 5 actions, the how, to help you get to a better place, a place where you love yourself and you show yourself kindness and love. So self-love is important because it empowers you to make healthy choices in life. When you love yourself, you work towards being healthy, happy, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so when you love yourself, you are committed to growing and taking care of yourself with maybe a holistic approach, right? So my foundation in coaching is in holistic life coaching. And so when I work with women, I work with them in growing their mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual being. And a lot of that is through self-love. So when you love yourself, you are just healthier overall, which is really powerful. And I know for myself, I didn't know that I didn't love myself for a really long time. I spent most of my 20s, drinking away my pain. I was in a lot of toxic relationships. I was in a lot of codependent relationships, and not just relationships with partners, but my friendships were codependent. So overall, I just had a lot of toxic people in my life. And I don't think I knew that I didn't love myself because my ego was running the show. My ego was running the show for so many years. And so I didn't really love myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't treat myself with kindness. But I wasn't really aware that I didn't love myself because my ego was it took control and just, that was my survival. My mode was just to let my ego run the show. And so, now that I do love myself, I am so happy. I have a life that is filled with joy. I'm married to my best friend. I am a mom to an amazing kid, and I get to show him what it's like to love yourself, and I get to teach him how to love himself. And so self-love is powerful because when you start loving yourself, your life starts to shift and change in the most powerful, beautiful way, because loving yourself is positive energy. It's good to love yourself. We should love ourselves. But I know for me, my teen years, I just forgot to love myself. I let judgment of other people and situations and toxic relationships. I dated a narcissist when I was 16. And so I just lost all of that self-love through those years, and then spent most of my 20s, all of my 20s actually, not loving myself, not caring for myself, and not treating myself with love and respect. And so when I started self-development, I started to love myself because I started to put in the work. And so loving yourself just is so powerful, and it can be really that foundation, that starter to start transforming your life. So today I'm going to offer you 5 actions to help you start growing your self-love. So maybe take notes. You can always rewatch the replay, but these actions are awesome. And I know that if you choose to implement them into your daily life, they will help you start loving yourself more. So let's dive in. So the first thing that I'm going to offer you today to start loving yourself more is to forgive yourself every day. And this is an action I give to all of my clients. Most of the women I work with struggle with self-love. And so this action is really powerful. Forgive yourself every day. And the reason I say forgive yourself every day is because I know for me, if I make a mistake, I beat myself up, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? I overthink about it, and then I overthink about it. And when I take the time every night to sit down and forgive myself for all the mistakes, it allows them to go away quicker. So like in my past, when I would make a mistake, I would beat myself up for days and days and days. And now if I make a mistake, I am aware enough to sit down and take time to forgive myself for that mistake, right? Because I'm a human being. Every human makes mistakes. And so instead of beating myself up for days and days, I forgive myself, and I can move on within about 30 minutes, where in the past it would take me 3 days. And so I challenge you, if you don't already forgive yourself every day, make this a nightly practice where you start forgiving yourself every night so you can let go of your mistakes from the day, because you're a human being and it's okay to make mistakes. Okay, so the second action I'm going to offer you is to write down your successes. And this is something that I started doing recently as I've been growing my business. I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm hard on myself. I have really high expectations of the coach I should be and how I should show up in the world. And I would forget all of my accomplishments. And I've accomplished a lot in my life. And especially in these last 9 years since I started working on myself, I have done so many amazing things. And every week I do awesome stuff, but I wasn't taking the time to sit down and acknowledge myself. So I would beat myself up for not hitting a goal that I had or things like that. And so it's probably 2 or 3 months ago where I started making it a point every Friday to sit down and write down my successes for the week. What did I accomplish? What am I proud of? And now that I take that time to sit down weekly and see my successes and accomplishments, I'm so much more empowered. I'm so much happier. I just have a better attitude. And I know that my husband's seeing a shift in me because he's not like, what's going on? You know, what's with your energy or your attitude? Now he's like, he knows that I'm in such a better place and happy. And so he acknowledges me for that. And so I challenge you to make it a point to write down your successes every single week, because you do awesome things every week. But I know for me, like, I do something awesome and then I just move on to the next thing. And then I move on to the next thing rather than taking time to be like, you're awesome and you accomplished amazing things. So I hope that you choose to take that one on because it's so powerful. And the third thing I'm going to offer you is practice gratitude. You know that I live for gratitude. If you've been following me for a while, I've been part of this group for a while, you know that gratitude is everything. It's something that I practice every day. And so if you want to cultivate more self-love, start being grateful for you. Take some time in the morning and speak out loud 3 things that you're grateful for about yourself. This can be, I'm grateful for my healthy body. I'm grateful that I have a body that works. I'm grateful that I'm smart. I'm grateful that I'm powerful. I'm grateful I'm a mom. I'm grateful I'm a partner. Whatever it is that you want to be grateful for, be grateful, but be grateful for you, because you are cultivating more self-love. So take time to practice gratitude for yourself every single day. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to offer you is to create new beliefs and speak them out loud daily and often. So we all have a negative self-talk. We have this like jerk that lives in the back of our head and likes to say mean things to us. And when you hear that person, that voice that's saying negative things to you, I challenge you to speak out loud new beliefs. So something that I do is I have a list of positive affirmations or new beliefs that I speak out loud every single day. And so I would challenge you to write some new beliefs about yourself down. Something, you know, if the back of your mind says you're not worthy, then maybe your new belief is I am worthy and I am powerful. So think about some things that you need to tell yourself to switch your thinking, to switch your mind. And so think about what your negative self-talk says to you and what is the opposite of that you can say to yourself, right? So if your negative self-talk says you're not deserving, your positive self-talk, your new belief can be, I am deserving of a perfect life. I deserve the abundance and blessings that 2022 is offering me. So you can shift that negative self-talk with a positive affirmation or new belief. And so I challenge you to write these down. Maybe you post them in your office, on your mirror, in your bathroom, and make sure that you know what these are. So when that negative self-talk creeps in, you can start speaking these out loud. It's powerful because if you say it enough, you believe it. And so if you're saying a bunch of negative things to yourself, you probably believe it. So let's switch that around to some positive talk. Okay, the last action I'm going to offer you today into growing your self-love is to stop comparing yourself to others. And this one is so huge. All of us compare ourselves, right? We are on social media. We're scrolling through social media. She has more money than me. She's prettier than me. She's more in shape. Whatever. She's more successful. And we say negative things to ourselves and we compare and we compare. And guess what? Comparison kills joy. Comparison kills creativity. Stop comparing yourself to others. And this is a practice that I have been doing for a long time, but recently it was really powerful for me because as I grow my business, I I'm hard on myself, right? Because I have high expectations of who I am and the things that I'm going to accomplish in my life. And there was a coach that I was following who, she probably makes over $100,000 every month. She's making millions of dollars a year. And I was in her group, and we were friends on social media. And every time I would see her posts or see her posts in her group or whatever, it would just make me feel less than, because I'm not there yet, right? I'm not to the place I want to be in my coaching business. So I would compare myself. And she's a great person. She's doing awesome things in the world, but I would compare myself because I wasn't there yet. I wasn't to my big goals. And so I had to make the choice to unfollow her, even though she's a positive person in the world. Every time I saw her, it made me feel less than. And so think about when you compare yourself. Is it when you're watching TV? Is it when you're scrolling through social media? Is it when you're looking at a magazine? And I challenge you to stop. So if it's a show that you watch and you compare yourself, stop watching that show. If there's a magazine you read where you compare yourself to other people, cancel that subscription. If you are comparing yourself to people on social media, unfollow them, even if they are awesome and inspiring, because you deserve peace of mind, and comparing yourself to others just kills your joy. So that is an action I challenge you to take on. So those are 5 actions I wanted to offer you today to help you grow your self-love. I will quickly repeat them for you. So the first one was to forgive yourself daily. Make it a point. Maybe you put an alarm in your phone, and every night you sit down and you take time to forgive yourself for any mistakes you made that day. The next action I offered you was to write down your successes. So this is something I choose to do every single week. You can do it daily, you can do it monthly, but definitely do it. Take time to write down your successes and then celebrate yourself because you're awesome and you've done amazing things. The next thing is practice gratitude. Gratitude is everything. It is the one thing, if that is the only thing you take away from this live, please start a gratitude practice and show gratitude for who you are and all of the amazing things that you have done. The fourth thing that I offered you was to create new beliefs and speak them out loud daily and often. So be aware of your negative self-talk and what are the positive things that you need to say to yourself to stop that negative self-talk. And say those positive affirmations or positive beliefs over and over and over and over and over until that negative self-talk quiets down. And the last thing is stop comparing yourself to others. You are amazing just as you are. Love yourself for who you are right now in this moment because you are incredible. Those are the things that I wanted to offer you today. So I hope that you choose to take on these actions so you can start loving yourself because you deserve it. You are powerful and you are an incredible human being. I have 3 spots left for my one-on-one coaching this month. So if you are ready to transform your life, if you want to grow your self-love, if you want to grow your confidence, if you want to create powerful routines that help you be happier and healthier, then let's get connected. Send me a DM right now with the word program and I will share with you what I offer and how I can help you in creating a life you love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Let's connect soon.